Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Neva Earlier Craft Doctor, and so I'm getting ready to make another go at this punch board, Shuttlebox punch board set, right? So I'm going to, do I want to use this full sheet? I do want to use this full sheet of paper. I was getting ready to cut it down, but I still want it. Yeah, I want to use it. So our paper is 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 11. I'm writing it down so I'll know. Then we need to grab your picture, and the picture will go inside. This picture came from Creative Fabrica, and I just thought the color schemes was really nice, and it'll also match my little Christmas tree when I put it in there, and any other ephemera that I think I might like. What I did was I took this from Creative Fabrica, and I went and put it into Cricut. I took it into Cricut, and then I made it the size I wanted to, and then just printed it out so it could be I also put a square behind it, because when you take those files into Creative Fabrica, you only get the file and nothing, and so it's designed to cut around in Cricut. And you can do this with anything. You could take this into Canva or something. I just took it into Cricut so I could have the file somewhere. And so now I'm getting ready to use the punch board, because this paper is not as thick as I would hope it to be, but this is just an example of one of for my class. I wanted them to have an example of a box. So I'm hoping this would work. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take this, we need to score our sides. I'm going to score this from the back just so I can see it better. So that's 1.5, 1.5, 2. I think this is 60-pound, 65-pound weight, because it's not paper. So I'm thinking it's 65-pound weight. Once I put the little girl in there, it'll give it some extra weight. But if I do it correctly, I won't have to worry about the sides. And in any rate, you can always just put some decorations or something at the sides, um, at the angles or whatever. But I'm hoping I get it in there correctly, that I don't have to worry about that. Okay, now that's it. And now we're going to get our punch board, and we're going to punch each corner twice. So you're going to put that paper in there and punch, and then you're going to slide it right over and make sure it's in there good, and punch. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it upside down so I can make sure that both sides have the same design. Punch it the same way, and punch. So you see both of them is dipped in right there, just like that. Okay, so then I'll do the same thing here. I'll push it. You got to make sure it's in there, and then push it again, and then flip that over and do the same thing. Put it in there, and then slide it over and punch. Okay, and you'll see now it's all the same. Okay, the one thing that you must remember is to slide it, because I've done this twice and forgot to slide. And then try to punch it. If you go back in and try to punch it, it's just going to punch it over, and you're not going to have no sides. Okay, and so now we're going to fold and burnish your score lines. Oh, this white, I can't see it. Here and here. Just make sure that you make your lines, score lines, deep enough so you can actually see them. Okay. Now this one, see, I can already tell that this paper is super thin, and it may be thin, too thin for our, what we want to use it for. This. So the last one, what I did was I used my Xyron machine, and I cut it, I taped it onto my piece on here. And so we have to have these designs correct. One. Half. See, we gotta hit that score line so it can be correct. Okay, let me make sure this is right. Okay, and then this is the last one. Okay, so now everything is scored. Since this is not cardstock and this is paper, I'm just going to, no, I'm not. Always, whenever you're working with, any kind of box design or anything, do it right the first time, so then you're not trying to redo something. Okay. So it goes right up in there on that line. Right up on this line, you're going to meet it, and then you're going to burnish it down. And then you can stand this up. Okay? See? That worked. And then make sure it stands up. Stand it all the way up. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. And the tape is for quick grip. The glue is for permanent grip. Okay? And then we're going to take this in. And there's a line right here. You can see that. There's that score line right here. All I'm doing is button this up against it. Oh, come on. I'm just buttoning this up against it and rolling it and laying it down. So this and this is meeting that score line. And then I'm just burnishing it to make sure the glue, the tape is catching it and the glue is sticking it. And then I'm going to bring this way to straighten it back up. Just like that. Okay. And then for this one, I'm just going to making sure this fit in here. Yep. This piece right here, because I did put the glue down here the last time, which is where this is supposed to go, to make sure it goes into the right place. So you got to make sure that this go underneath there, and then you can lay this down and then stand that up and it'll fit right in there. See this, I'm doing that down and then bringing this back up just like I did the other one. So I'm just going to bring it forward some so I can stand that up securely. Make sure that's not underneath it though. And so now, oh, I need a glue stick. I'm going to just glue a little, put some glue, hot glue right there. So when I put this under, I'm gluing it down. Learn my lesson. Gluing this down. Hold it so that glue will stay. Okay. I'm going to put a little glue right here. And you got to be quick with this hot glue. Put that right up underneath there. And I'm going to put my finger right there. And now that one is stuck. You can tell it's stuck because it's hot glue. Okay. And now that's real secure. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to put our glue right down here. And this is securing this in. And I'm just putting tape on here just for the quick stick. And then I'm just going to lay this. Just going to roll in there like it's supposed to. Right there. And then I'm going to stand this baby up. And I'm going to put my hot glue right there. Right there. And I'm going to stand this up in there. I don't want to touch it. There. There we go. And now we good to, oh no. You know what we didn't do? We didn't put our picture in there. I was supposed to put this in here first. Okay. So now what we need to do is just cut our picture down to fit into the space. Crap. Hold it with the crap. Okay. Because I can't get it under there. So I got to get it in here. Okay. So now all we do to beat that is just measure. So this is 3 and 3.5, 3 3/4, 3.5, 3 5/8. 3 5/8. We'll put that in there first. 3 5/8. And so what we'll do is we'll make this 3 7/8. And then we'll turn it over and put this 3 and yeah, we're gonna have to go close to that here. 3 5/8. Nope, that's not 3 5/8. That got to be 3 1/2. 3 1/2. Yep, that's 3 1/2. So 3 1/2 is what sits in there. And so if you put it in there right, cut yours at 4. So then the paper is, and then 4 to give you some, if you tape it in correctly, 4 is the width. And that means our height must be 6 and a, put this pen back in here, must be 6 1/2. Let's see, 6, no, that's 6. Okay, so this needs to be 6. And woo, that's a lot to come down on. Let's go here and put this at 6. We're gonna cut off a bunch of right. Oh no, we're not. That should fit in there perfectly. Nope, it's still a little tight on the 3 side. So this needs to be a little bit under 3 because the 6 is perfect. Let's see, what are we? 3 1/2. Let's say 3 3/8. How about that? Let's say 3 3/8. And that fits almost perfectly in there. Look, almost perfect. 3 3/8. leave an 1/8 quarter. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit and make this 5 7/8 to give us that all the way around look. Yep. See, now it's all the way around. It's got an 1/8 of an inch. So our measurements is really 5 7/8 and 3 3/8, and that fits perfectly down up in there. And so what we want to do is we want to take some of this clear tacky glue. Let's cut this open. Okay, and the reason why I'm using it is because this glue is thicker. Tacky glue, this tacky glue is just that. It's a tacky or glue, and it'll make it strong. It'll give it some strength. Okay, make sure it's in the right direction. Okay. Just like that. Look how cute that turned out. Okay, I want to put a Christmas tree in there. Oh, let's close up our glue. Okay. So now this is our design. So what we learned from this is going to be a cute design, but we need, if you wanted some sturdiness, you need another sheet of paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, hold on. Okay, so since this is not as strong as I want it to be, I'm going to do something about that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take me a piece of paper. How about a smaller piece of paper? Okay, how about, no. Okay, this is how you can reinforce the design. And, oh no, you know what? I don't want to, yeah, okay. This is how you reinforce a design and give it a stand. Because it needs a stand. I'm going to just cut this to 5. Okay. This way. Nope, it needs to be a little bit smaller because I forgot this is 4. So I'm going to cut this to 3 1/2. 3 1/2, right? So I'm cutting it to 3 1/2. This is just a 12 by 12 piece right here. And so then I'm going to take my scoring tool and I'm going to 12, that makes it 6. It's half. So I'm going 6 1/2. 5. Should I do 6? 6. 5 1/2. Is that? There we go. 5 1/2. Okay, now I did it at 6. 5 1/2, 6, right? Ouch. Okay, so then what you do is you burnish this way, then the next one is this way, and this one will go this way. Okay, just like this. And the reason for that is this part right here will stand and make this a stand. You can do it any size, any length, any width, but you need that bottom part to be like this so that once it stands up, it'll flatten out. That piece in the middle will flatten. So this can be even bigger. It don't have to be this small, but it does need to be, it needs to look like a W, see, or M. So then this gets glued to the back of this and it becomes the stand to keep this standing up. Like that. Can you, wait, I need to do it this way. This will become the stand. See that? So you can cut this in half. It can be as long or tall or however it is that you want to make it. I'm going to add this kind of glue. And I'm going to glue these two pieces together. The tops. I'm gluing the tops together. Just like that. Because this needs to be able to fold down. So these two tops needs to be together. What I'm gonna do, I need to cut this because when I did that extra little one, it made my thing uneven. But that's okay because all I got to do is put it on any line, any line. I'm just gonna put it on the 5 1/4 line just to cut it even. Just to make it even. And then this part will fold down like whenever you need it to. And you can stand it up whenever you need it to make this stand. You know, stand. Stand like that. Okay? Alright. So that's our stand. I'm going to put this on last because I want to decorate this. And I got these Christmas trees that I was using before I had to stop. And I want to, what I really want to do is improve this baby. Or do something a little bit different. And see, that is not big enough. What I'm doing is taking some acetate to put over the top. And so let's do that. Let's cut the acetate. And we're going to cut our acetate to... We're going to cut our acetate to 4... My God, I can't see. 4 1/2. Let's do it to 4 1/2. 4 5/8. 4 5/8 to 7. Okay. First, we're going to do it on this side first so we can preserve more of the paper. 4 5/8. 4 5/8. Last 7. Okay. And then what I want to do is add some shaker bits. So let me put you on hold and get you some shaker bits. Okay, I got this little case here of all of these. I can't seem to take this out of here, but I have one that's broke. And so I'm just going to open it up. Right? And I'm going to take these are the ones from these designs come from the LDRS kit. And I just want to grab there it is. Christmas tree. Oh, where did you go, Christmas tree? And there it is. It's a Christmas tree. See that? I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna put one of these in there. I don't see nothing else that I really want to put in there, but maybe something like sending you warm wishes. I want to use that. Okay. So we're going to take this, sending you, no, I don't want to put it in here. I want to put it on here, but I wanted to drop these in here to help with the shakiness. Shaker bits. So I'm just going to get some of these. Okay. And then I'm going to put some tape back on here. And I did buy another one of these cases just to dump these in, but I don't think that is going to ever happen. I'm just going to tear that down and put it down like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to put that right there for right now. Oh, man. I didn't know this came loose. That's to keep these on. But, oh well. Anyway, we're going to take this piece, and this will go on here. So, now, so what we have to do to make this happen is we're going to take this thin, let me turn this thing off. Do I still have power in this battery? This battery lasts so long. Nope, it's dead. That's why my glue gun was going off. Okay. What I did notice is this still is a little bit too big. So let's cut this down to 4.5. Let's cut it down to 4.5. Just a little bit off of there. And we're going to cut it down to 6 7/8. Okay. But then what you do is you take the thinnest tape you can find. The thinnest. And you put this on as close to the edge as you can. Because the thing is, you can be able to see it. My glasses are fogged up or something. My eyeballs can't see on this glossy black. Okay. All right, here we go. And I'm not going to tape those down because I want them trees and stuff to shake with it, okay? And so we're going to varnish these, and then we're going to take this tape off. The one thing that I do like is the fact that they're so busy that you may not be able to see where the tape is. Okay. And we're going to just put this on here. Oh no, I tore it right there. No way. You can't tell where I tore it because I laid it back down. You got to make sure that you put this tape secure around it and see nothing will come out. But now, sorry, we have a shaker bit. So cute. Okay, and then we're going to take this and we're going to put this right here. I'm just using my clear glue. Hey, Mr. Snowman. And then, should we put this up here? Do I really want to? Oh, yeah. Let's put that up there. I'm going to put this right here. And that is so cute. Look at y'all. And it's a shaker. Movement is always wonderful. Okay, then I'm going to flip this over. And then I'm going to put this on the back so it can stand up. Now, this has to be a gift that you build your own box for. And if you let me know in the comments if you want me to build a box, I can show you how to make a box for it too. Okay, and then since this is white, we can write a message right here if you like. What did I do with the top to my glue? Right here. Okay. All right. But look how cute that is. And when it stands up, you just open that back part for it to stand, and it'll stand up. And it's just so stinking cute. I hate when people shake. Don't shake. But look at it. It's so cute. The picture is in there with the tree and the sentiment. So cute. And you can use any ephemera you want to make this happen. And so this is our design using our paper pad that we got from what's this place? Hobby Lobby. Our Christmas trees we got from Hobby Lobby. Our sentiment was from LRS. And then the shaker bits is stuff I had. So, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see y'all. Oh, and the punch board is this part. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.